Hey guys, Bruce Schneider here with the Schneider Group at eXp Realty, and this is our inaugural Monday market matchup. All right, what does it mean? I don't know. I just made it up on the go. But anyways, it's another rhyme. Hey, what we're doing here is we are going to give you data on the current inventory. If any of you have seen my reports in the past or my market updates in the past, that was based on sold information, sold property data. And while that has a place in this world, I don't think it'll give us a really, I don't think think it gives us as good of an idea of what really is happening in the market. I mean, we're basically counting our chickens after they've left the roost. So that's old information. That is information that is lagging indicators, as we like to call it. But this is live stuff. This is information that's 7 days old, and it comes out every Friday. At least it gets given to me every Friday, and it's not sold data. The reason why I don't necessarily like sold data is that information is 30 days old. Okay, by the time that we get it. Um, and the reason why is because a house will go into contract, and then escrow is generally about 30 days, and then those houses sell, they get recorded, then that number comes out of the recorder's office, and then we know what happened 30 days ago. Now, we see when they go under contract, but we don't know what comes out of the bottom of the basket once it gets all shaken up and all the negotiations are done. So, with that said, let's dig into these numbers here. I'm showing Las Vegas right now. As you can see, I have Las Vegas. I have North Las Vegas and I have Henderson, but we'll go with Las Vegas, Henderson, and North Las Vegas. And you tell me what you think about the numbers when you see them. All right. I got a whole bunch of notifications going here, so let me go ahead and turn those off right now. I don't want you guys being bothered by that. But anyways, in Las Vegas, we have a median list price of all the houses that are currently on the market that are active. None of these are under contract or coming soon. These are houses that are actually on the market for sale today. The average numbers are actually from Friday. The average the median list price for all the houses in Las Vegas, not Henderson nor North Las Vegas, so that includes unincorporated Clark County, anything that is not a inside of the North Las Vegas district or the Henderson townships. Everything else is included. Winchester, Enterprise, Spring Valley, all those things are included in this Las Vegas number, including Summerlin, of course. But right now, the median list price is $495,000, as you can see right here. I'll try to keep my marker going. And the median price of new listings over the week is $440,000. So that probably brought this number down a little bit. Price per square foot has dropped from last week to $231,000. Average days of on market. Now, this is a number that when I used to report it, it was a lot lower. I mean, a lot lower. It would be at 15 or 14 or 13 sometimes for average days on market. Again, I can't stress this enough. That's because it was only counting the houses that sold. Okay, now, what's my thought on that? My thought on that is the houses that are the best houses on the market go faster than all the other houses. And what I mean by best doesn't mean that they look the best. It means they're in the right price range, okay? They're in the price range that moves faster, that churns faster. These houses that are up at 63, now there could be something wrong with it. It could have a tenant in it. It could be someone who has a perpetual listing. They could be $10 million homes, could be $5 million homes, could be $600,000 homes. That is going to lend to a different type of buyer who may not necessarily be looking at those houses as quickly as people are looking at the houses that are in the lower price range. I'll show you what I mean by that in a little bit. Median days on market is 21. That number is usually 7 when I do the sold listing data or the sold data. Price decreases. This is a number that we've been keeping an eye on. It's price decreases or price improvements, whatever you want to call them. They're on the rise because the market is a little bit of a slower market than it was 3 months ago. And I'll tell you why I think that's happening. And the price increases haven't gone up. As a matter of fact, it's only at 8%. Somebody could have made a fat finger or something like that and put the wrong price in. Anytime you change the price, it's going to be counted. All right. And what do I mean by these numbers and price decreases? are on the rise. And why do I think it's a little bit of a lull in the market? I think it's pretty, I won't say simple, but pretty evident. Every year in the market, we see a lull in June. Now, what happened this year? Several things. We had just come off of COVID lockdown, right? Kids got out of school, even though they were in COVID lockdown. Once that happened, people lost their minds. They went out and enjoyed themselves. They went out and went on vacation, all right, which normally happens. But when everybody gets the benefit of being off of lockdown, everybody has the same day, at least in Nevada. Everybody did what they did. All right. They went to California for 2 extra weeks. They went to Hawaii. I know several people who went to Hawaii. They went on longer vacations. All right. Now, that pushed whatever sales that would have happened even further down the line. And then it actually swallowed up July. The people that didn't go in June, who were still working, they were trying to figure out what to do with their kids who were out of school. They went on vacation in July. Now, July is normally the hottest month of the summer, but that didn't happen this year. We kind of just chugged along, slowed down a little bit. It wasn't because the market was overpriced. It's just because there were no people in town to buy. Now, let's fast forward to this month, August. What happened last week? Kids went to school at the beginning of this week, a whole 2.5 weeks earlier than normal. Most of the kids go to school somewhere in the 21st, 22nd, 23rd of the month. All right. And then they get the holiday off for Labor Day. But it's usually a week before Labor Day that they go back to school. Well, they went 2 weeks early. So that really threw some things out of whack as to what a normal market or a normal year would be. Well, and that's what I think is happening right now. I don't think the market is in a correcting mode right now. This is my opinion, but I just think that we have a little bit of a lull as far as what people's lives are compared to what they would be doing normally this time of year. Let's not even say last year. Let's go 2 years ago, because last year we were full COVID. All right. Inventory right now is 24.79. Last week it was at 22.30. So yes, people are putting their houses on the market, trying to get most money for their houses, which is probably not the best time right now as compared to 3 or 4 months ago. But you can still make a pretty penny on your home. Houses are still not overvalued or overpriced. They're just priced higher than what they would be in a normal market. Now, what's a normal market? We have about 5 weeks of inventory, where normal market for Vegas is about 12 weeks of inventory. Nationally, it's 16 weeks of inventory, 4 months of inventory. Well, we're sitting at a third of what we would normally have right now, a little over a third. Okay. So 24.79 with an increase from last week of 22.30. Median price rent is up $25. It was $22.50 last week, and it's gone up since. Now, that just means it could mean a lot of the other houses that were in the $2,000 range and lower just got rented. Okay, so this is what's left. Market action 70. All right, right here in the middle, this is the market action index. Market action index tells you whether or not, and if you can read this right now, it tells you whether or not you're in a buyer's market or a seller's market or a balanced market. Right now, I'm sure it's not a secret. We are in the midst of one of the strongest sellers markets ever. All right. Sellers have been enjoying this ride for quite some time. And the reason why is because like I said before, maybe I didn't say it, but there are no houses on the market. Normally we'd have 12 weeks of inventory, 10,000, 9,000, 11,000 homes, depending on the speed at which they get bought. But we don't have that right now. So supply and demand is the rule of the day. Less houses, same amount, if not more buyers, especially coming up from California, from not San Diego, but from California and or Washington, as well as Idaho. People are moving here. All right. We were the number one in the first quarter. We were the number one destination spot for people leaving their home state in the nation. All right. Las Vegas, Nevada, not Nevada, Las Vegas, Nevada, not Austin, Texas, not San Antonio, Las Vegas, Nevada, reap the benefits of everybody moving from California. All right. So this probably won't change for a while. All right. And the reason why is because builders aren't building. For whatever reason, it could be natural resources, could be raw materials that they need that they couldn't get during the pandemic. So they're not building. And when they don't build, people who have houses that want to move into a new build have no place to move. So what do? They sit and they wait. All right. And that's what's happening. People who are selling are generally moving out of town, or they're investors who have homes here that they are just getting rid of because the moratorium finally is just be able to get their tenant out of there or whatever. But they're getting out of that situation, and that's what's happening. Now, as far as what type of houses are selling, uh, the sweet spot right now is the $428,000 last week, at least. That was the, or yeah, 400, let's call it 430. Those are the houses that are staying on the market on average for 14 days. That is the sweet spot. That's what everybody wants to be at, as far as a payment, as far as investing, as far as whatever. The second would be the number below it at 1,400. Now that's at 21 days. Now you say, Bruce, this was at 21 days too. Hey, this is this week, $600,000 average, 21 days on the market. Okay, but then you go up to the 1.9, 1.2 rather. Um, you're looking at 42 days in the market. That's a long time, longer time than the others, but not a long time at all, to be perfectly honest with you. If I could tell you I'd sell your 1.2 million house in 45 days or less, I think you'd be happy with that. Okay, so that's Vegas in a nutshell at a 70. All right, this is a number that I really pay attention to. And let's go take a look at Henderson. Notice that Vegas is at 495. Can you guess what Henderson will be? 550. So $60,000, or 560, I should say. So what is that? $70,000, roughly $65,000 difference in price, in median price of homes on the market. 499 is the median price of new listings. Again, lower than what the median listing price is right now. Price per square foot, 253. And the reason why is because Henderson has fewer homes to sell, 703. And the market in Henderson, much of it is master plan communities, like your Green Valley ranches, your Green Valleys, your Aliante, not Aliantes, your Sun City, northwest side of town, your Sun City Anthems, your Inspiradas, and those command a premium. All right, those command a premium price. And if your whole city is basically a bedroom town of master plan communities with HOAs, the cost goes up. Again, the major factor is that there are so many buyers out there that there are not enough homes for them to buy. But what's crazy is they're only at a 67. Okay, I have a theory for that as well. They play in that higher price range. That higher price range has less buyers. Even though there's fewer houses in Henderson, fewer people are in that price range that want to move into Henderson. Right? They want to be in the, again, the lower numbers are the 498, 14 days at 385 down here. All right. 385 for the fast moving houses. And then the 625, surprisingly, is only at 17 days on the market. And then it goes up from there from $1.5 million. Again, this is this week's inventory. Next week's inventory could tell us a completely different story. I doubt it will. But this is the trend that we've been seeing so far. The market index still seller's market through and through. You have to get all the way down to a 30 to become a buyer's market. Anywhere between that, somewhat of a balanced market. But yeah, we're still in a very strong seller's market. Okay. Rent factors are a little bit higher in Henderson because the prices are higher. The area is quote unquote nicer. And I say nicer only because you're getting into master plan community where there's parks and everything. The Vegas market is all of Las Vegas. We're talking old Vegas, new Vegas, mid old Vegas, Winchester, all those things mixed in, and the number dilutes a little bit as far as cost of houses up in Summerlin versus cost of houses or prices of houses, say, in the Hunter's district. Older houses, smaller houses, 1,200 square feet versus 2,000, 3,000, 5,000, 10,000 square feet will give you a bigger price spread. So with that said, your median rent is 2,300, like I said before, but that's all because of the fact that the houses are a little bit pricier out here. Okay, and we'll go to North Las Vegas. And what do we have here? Look at the market index, 85. This goes further to prove my theory of price creates the market action index. More people are looking at homes at 385, 375, $400,000 than there are that are looking at 600 million plus and higher. So this is where it is the toughest for anyone to buy a home and get a quote unquote discount or get a deal. If the sellers know this or knew this, they would hang on to their homes a little bit longer. So it's always a good time to sell because, especially right now, because of the lack of inventory. But it's not to say that there aren't any sellers out there that aren't trying to, that are not going to deal or help out in some way, shape, or form. It's just um, few and far between, unfortunately, for buyers right now. And I'm a buyer's agent for the most part. We've had some listings, but I'm having to stomp the streets and go further and farther and talk to more people to try to find the right house for a client. So here we have it, and that's what North Las Vegas does. And their highest price range is $500,000, probably out there in the Aliante area, and then you go down to 285. Consequently, the lowest half are all at 14. 410 for some reason is at 21 days on average, but that $505,000 is the newest part of North Las Vegas, and that's turning. My theory is that people who are moving from California who want to get a decent house at a decent price are hop skipping, possibly leapfrogging Henderson and Summerlin and going out and finding value in North Las Vegas in these prices. But again, that's just a theory. I don't know if that's happening for sure, but I think I'm pretty tight on that. But basically, that's it, guys. Every Monday, I will put this out. Monday market matchup is what I'm calling it now. It might be a different name next week. If that's stupid, let me know. If it's great, give me a thumbs up. But have this on YouTube, probably put it on Facebook, and we will get it on our website as well. So if you're a client of ours, you're going to get it in the email. So you'll see exactly what's going on in the market based off of what your house is doing right now for you. So give me a call. And also, we have condo numbers too. But if I go into condos, we'll be here all day. And I know you don't want me to be here all day taking up your time. Actually, you're sitting there on your own volition, taking up your own time watching this because this data is so good. But I appreciate you guys. We're here to work for you. We're here to make things easier for you to understand. Let us know if you have any questions. If there's something that you don't understand, just let us know. Call us, text us, email us. We'll answer. Okay. You guys have a great week, and we'll see you soon. Bye now.